Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail R. Karmalim bringing you the news and events from Meghalaya. Here are the headlines for today. Chief Minister praises Don Bosco Technical School during his visit. Truck Owners and Transporters Association meeting went in vain. Construction of sub-center delays, villagers expresses concern. And a football tournament to raise fund for a lower primary school in need. And now the news in detail. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today, the 28th June, visited Don Bosco Technical School, Shillong, and distributed completion certificates and appointment letters to the passing out students. Lauding the Don Bosco Technical School, the Chief Minister said, the number of students passing out from this technical school is higher than to all if put together in the state, and he congratulated Don Bosco Technical School for the amazing work it is doing. He also said that the government has a target of creating 5 lakh job opportunities in different sectors and assured that the government would partner with Don Bosco Technical School in a larger way to achieve this target. He also urged the technical school to upgrade and integrate their courses to keep up with changing needs and technology. The Chief Minister also interacted with the students and answered a number of queries related to skills, employments and policies of the state government for the youth.
Everyone, I think you're feeling sleepy, is it? We won't take much time, but I would like to, at the very outset, thank Father Arcadius, who's the principal of DBTS, and all our Reverend Fathers and Brothers, the faculty, the officials, and my dear students who have joined us here today to be part of this very, very special program. I have a lot to say, but I really don't know where to start because there's so much that I can see, so many things that I would like to do, and so many things I've learned today just watching all of you and seeing what's happening out here. So at the very outset, I would like to thank God Almighty for blessing each and every one of us here today. I don't think any of us would be here without His blessings. And there is a purpose behind what He plans for each one of us. There's a purpose behind Father Arcadius being here today and speaking in front of you. I remember my late father used to tell me that other religious organizations allow their fathers and sisters to be in politics, you know. They are allowed to contest elections. But why the Catholic Church doesn't allow? So I don't want to be controversial here. Please don't tell Archbishop about this. But there was this debate and discussion that used to take place. And you can see how Father Arcadius is more than a politician when he speaks. His speech is more motivational and more meaningful than any speech that I heard. And maybe it's good in one way that they can't contest elections. Otherwise, none of us would be winning. But having said that, I'm speaking very, very freely. I have a written speech out here. I don't like to read written speeches. But what I observed today when Father was speaking and when I saw the students and interacted with all of you, there is a sense of this passion that I saw in all of you. The spark that's there in all of you. This desire to really do something. And that's really, I'll tell you, the most important aspect in life when you do something. You need to ensure that whatever you are doing or thinking or believing, the two people who came here and spoke, you could see that sense of passion in their voice and in their eyes and what they wanted to do and what they're doing. Today, Meghalaya and the entire country faces a very, very tough situation. We have, as we speak, And I would put 18 years as the age which we would say as an adult and a person who is joining the workforce. So based on the 2004 data or 2005 data, the children or the youth that are today turning 18, we have approximately 60,000 of them in Meghalaya every year. And as of today, there are 80,000 children that are born every year in Meghalaya. Which means in 2041, we will be having approximately 80,000 youths that will join the workforce every year. So you are seeing this trend of number of youths that are coming into the workforce, which is a great strength for our state and our country. But at the same time, a very big challenge for us. Then how do we ensure that this workforce is used in a productive manner? We have all heard about government jobs, reservation, roster, all these past 6 months. Let me tell you, out of the 60,000 youths who are joining the workforce every year, there is only 1,000 government jobs available for the 60 out of the 60,000. Just 1,000. MPSC, approximately 300 to 400 to 500 advertisements come out every year. 400 to 500. And others, maybe another 200-300, plus minus, you can say about 1,000. On an average, every year, government jobs will come out. So what happens to the rest of the 59,000 children? And that is where the real challenge lies for us. And hence, as a government and as a society and as a community, if we are not able to work out the full map and the larger picture of how we will address this issue, we will not be able to solve it. Now, this requires many things. It's not just the training that you require. We need to figure out that the training has to be mapped with the kind of industries requirement that will be there. What is going to be the future of economic growth in Meghalaya, in Northeast and in the country? What are the kind of skills that you will require to be able to to fuel this particular industry, the sector that's there in the future? So as a government and as organizations, we need to be able to address this issue by scientifically mapping the work, the manpower that's required, by addressing and looking into the economic growth that will take place in the future. So if it's tourism sector that is going to grow, how much is it going to grow? When that happens, then how many people will require? What are the skills will require in it? And hence, my purpose of coming here today, I know I'm giving a very, very big and long story, but it is important for you to understand where we are coming from. This visit of mine is not just a photo op. This visit of mine is not an Instagram moment. It's not. It's much more bigger and meaningful than what you can think, is what I'm trying to tell you. We have been working on this entire roadmap and plan for the last 5 years. We realize that there are many challenges that are there. We are one by one untying those knots. It's a very complicated problem, which requires a lot of things to be done. And we are very thankful today to the Don Bosco Technical for the kind of work that they are doing. It's amazing. I was going to speak about it, but principal has already given the details. That the number of students who pass out from here are higher than all the other ITIs put together. You deserve a round of applause, I must say. It's amazing. And each one of you sitting here is a part of that story. You have made what Don Bosco Technical School is today is because of you. Because of the faculty heads here. And I congratulate all of you. It is a tough challenge, a lot of difficulties you face, but here is where lives are changed. We heard those two testimonies. It's just tip of the iceberg. It's much more that can happen. And I'm so happy to see that today the way Don Bosco Technical is working, the systematic approach to the way it is happening, the kind of the connections and the network that they have, and the kind of professionalism that is running out here. All of you are blessed and lucky to have this opportunity. Please remember that. Many people and many students and youngsters in the rural areas don't get such opportunities. You are one of the few who have got this opportunity. Feel special, and you must thank God for this opportunity that is given to you. And make the best of it. And I'm here to tell you that we as a government are going to now walk with you hand in hand. We have been doing a small part of what we have been able to do through MSSDS in the past. Trust me, we will scale it up even more further. Much more. As a government, we have targeted that we must create 5 lakh job employment opportunities in different sectors. Just to give you a basic idea, which I hope some of you will also be interested in, and you'll be able to then plan accordingly. Tourism and food processing is one of our biggest drivers, and we feel the greatest opportunity that we have. Just today we had visited some of the entrepreneurs who are into food processing, and it's so exciting to see that how this chicken wagon and other businesses that have come up, how they have started from scratch, and today they are buying hundreds of kgs of potatoes from farmers. They're buying hundreds of kgs of different turmeric and other spices from farmers from Meghalaya. The chicken that they're getting, the different packaging materials that they're getting. It's a complete ecosystem for entrepreneurship and for business that's developing today. And I'm happy to tell you that there's a very powerful and strong program called Prime Meghalaya, which we have started, which is driving the entrepreneurship in our state. And I hope some of you will join us in the few years to come. We have touched almost 5,000 different entrepreneurs in the last 3-4 years since we started this program. We hope to reach out to maybe another 15,000 in the next 5 years. So I hope some of you will join us in that. But that is the way the future is. Unless our entrepreneurs don't come up, unless the private sector does not come up, unless enterprises don't come up, unless there is an ecosystem for entrepreneurship, a culture for entrepreneurship, we will not be able to resolve the problems that we are facing. So you have a huge role to play. Tourism sector is booming like never before. We require a huge amount of support from the tourism sector, and government is supporting. Whether it's the high-end vehicles that we're giving in tourism. I'll be releasing another about 20-25 Innovas in the next 4-5 days to youngsters like all of you, to run taxi services and have different kind of travel companies to cater to the need of tourists. We're distributing Mahindra pickups to farmers and different associations so that they don't have to depend on transporters who sometimes are not available and sometimes charge too much. So huge interventions are taking place from our side. We are coming up with a massive IT policy in the next coming months, where we expand and we plan to have at least about 20 to 25,000 seater call centers from Dubai, from America, from US, from Europe, and different parts of the world. Today the processes are running right here in Shillong. You'll be surprised to know that. We have about 3,000 of our youth, our local youth, who used to work outside today are back here in Shillong and are supporting this IT sector and BPO sector, and we feel there's a huge opportunity in it, and I hope that Don Bosco Tech will play a very vital role in that too. So on and so forth. I have a lot to say, and as I said in the beginning, when I told you that I don't know where to start, because this is like one of the most passionate subjects for me and most important subjects for me. The youth, as I said, are the most important age group for me, because we have about close to 26-27 lakh of our population is below the age of 35. That's the kind of population we have. And hence, we should be able to cater to the needs and requirements of these youth for the years to come, forward. Otherwise, we will be missing out a huge chunk of our population. So apart from all these kind of things, I'll be happy to inform you that as a government, we also realize that our youths are actually very much into sports, very much into music, into different kind of performing arts. And government of Meghalaya has been in the last 2-3 years really supporting sports. And let me assure you that more infrastructure and more support in terms of different financial help and different activities and opportunities in sports will be coming up in the future. Many have happened in the past. You will see much more in the future. The musicians that we have today, so many of them have talent. You'll be very happy to know that we are having a very strong program called the Meghalaya Grassroots Program. And now we're going to multiply it into much bigger programs. We have the Yes Meghalaya program where we are supporting all kinds of youth activities that are there, be it sports activity, music activity. So if you have a sports association or a group, government of Meghalaya is funding it so that you can have positive activities at the grassroots level. Anything up to about 1 lakh for different activities is being provided to more than 1,500 groups as we speak. And this year we plan to scale it up and hopefully touch maybe even 5,000 different groups of youth who are planning to do different activities. So like that, we are very active. And we have found that Don Bosco Tech would be a great partner for the government of Meghalaya to be able to really complement, supplement each other, scale up all the targets and the goals that we have, achieve it together. Because as I said, it's a huge task in front of us. 60,000-70,000 youths joining the workforce every year is a massive target and a massive challenge. And it can only be achieved if we are able to bring all of these dots, connect these dots together and multiply the effect of all the work that we're doing so that what you and I do as a government together multiplies more than what we can do individually. And that's really what our objective is. And I want to assure all of you once again that Meghalaya government will be with all of you, whether it is with Don Bosco Tech in terms of the support you require, or whether it is individuals. If you are today getting a training in fashion and in tailoring, and if you as an individual would like to move forward in terms of getting some support, we will do our best to ensure that we are able to financially support you so that you can buy the necessary equipments. We know these challenges are there, and maybe we'll spend about 5 minutes. If any of you have questions, I would be happy to answer those questions, to be able to interact with you, because only when you share your problems and your ideas with me, we as policymakers can then create the policy for whatever that you would like to do. So therefore, I will not extend my speech anymore. I can see that young gentleman, his eyes are closed, he's falling asleep. So I'm getting the message. So I'll stop out here. I know that I can be very, very boring at times. But it's rare to get a crowd like this for me. And I feel the energy, and that's why I really wish to share my thoughts with you, because I think it's important to know what the government and what your Chief Minister is thinking, so that you can also align with the thought. And this is a great opportunity for you to share your ideas with me, so that I can then maybe convert them into real policies and actions which will ultimately benefit you. So let's take about 5 minutes. Let's take about, say, 3 to 4 questions. If any of you would like to say something, even good things, bad things, I don't mind, don't worry. Just don't shout at me, that's all. So you can...
Habapai patshika jingye merjing mot bat ki khna pule ula jubab bon ki jingkali ki balasai de ki khna habayade bat ki sap ki phong ki kam ki jam ba ka sarkar ka thmu na ka banta ki samla ka jilla ula ong bo uyu I ka jingkermen ha ka dur khmat jangki bat ushania bakin poi shaka thong ba ki thmu Khaddo ula kenturu I ka Don Bosco Technical School Shillong bakan yai kentiu yala de bat yai kat kum ka jing dawa jong ka por bat ka jing start perthai ha ki liang puli ba pher
Is Nanatu Singh from DTP department. So my question is, with the National Education Policy 2020 giving importance to vocational education in our country, so how and in what way will our beloved state take forward this important mission?
We have realized that as a state government, our numbers are very less even compared to the national average. And hence we as the government of India has mandated that at least 50% of the youth should have, necessary skills by 2025. So as a state government, we are on that mission to ensure that we're able to bring this up. So therefore, that would require a large number of the private players to be involved. It'll require the existing setups to be expanded, not just in the city and the town and the urban areas, but also in the rural areas. So hence, because a large population also resides in the rural areas, so hence we are working on that entire setup, and today's visit is linked exactly to what you're saying. We feel strongly, as has been mentioned in the National Education Policy, that this particular mandate of ensuring that 50% of the youth should be skilled by 2025 is something that we hope that Meghalaya will move towards. It's a very, very steep target for us. As of now, we are below the national average, and hence we hope that we'll be able to come up and reach this figure, but we can't do it alone. We need the support of different people. I just wanted to share with you also, I forgot to mention this in all my speech that I gave earlier, that now very soon we are also getting demand for high skill manpower also, for example nurses. So we are in fact going to start a program in the next month or so, where close to about 200 nurses will be given training in foreign language, which is German and Japanese, because there's a demand that has come from these countries for nurses to work there for at least the next 5 years. And of course that would mean that they would have to learn the local language there. So government will help and support in these kind of programs also. So we are working at different levels is what I'm trying to tell you. And there's a long reply to your question, but in a nutshell, what we're doing today also is part of this target. And as I said, Don Bosco Tech is playing a very crucial role. And we assure you that we will help you to exponentially grow and make sure that your activities are more aggressive, not just in Shillong city, but in other parts of the state, especially in the urban areas also. Thank you very much.
I'm from the Trade Department. I would just like to know exactly what is the bridge for the gap between vocational training and industry requirement to ensure the...
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question. A skill is only as good as it is, useful for the economic activity that is happening in the state or in the country. Meaning that if tourism is developing, then by focusing on say larger programs for tailoring may not be a direct benefit to the students. So hence it is very important for a government to map the requirement of skill based on the economic future of a state and the country. So therefore every state is different, and hence we've been talking to central government and mentioning to them that don't force the skills on us. Don't tell us, oh, you have to do skill A, skill B and skill C only. We can't do that, because the skill we require may not be, or that you give to us, may not be the skill we require as an economy or as a state. And hence if you look at the Meghalaya Skills program also, we are not forcing the programs to be what we want you to do, but we are allowing flexibility to the respective organizations who are partnering with us to develop programs that they feel have the opportunity to provide employment, and the person can become employable in the long run. So the short answer and reply to your question is that it must be mapped properly based on a scientific and economic study on what the growth and the sectors that are going to grow in our state and in this region and the country, and accordingly map the skills to feed the need of that particular sector industry. So that's how we have to do it. We cannot do it just because, oh, I have 20 trainers who are good in skill A, so I'm going to do only this skill. We can't do that. It has to be tailor-made, it has to be done in a scientific and economic way, and we need to map the requirement of the manpower based on the economic growth projections for the state and the country.
Where the youth can make a living and also support others. And for this noble cause, what step the government of Meghalaya has taken to help the youth of today, where employment is nearly challenging in our state Meghalaya?
right?
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's what, entrepreneurship, okay. So, again, a very, very valid question. And I am an entrepreneur myself. I think some of you know that. And 24 years back is when I started my business. It was a huge challenge for me. And let me tell you, those experiences are so fresh even in my mind even today. And that's why during those years, 1999, 2000, 2001 is when I was struggling. I remember that there was no support for entrepreneurs. I remember struggling as a young entrepreneur and not being able to pay my salaries, not being able to pay my raw material providers, having to face sleepless nights. So what I'm trying to tell you is I realized the challenge that entrepreneurs in Meghalaya were facing. And hence, when I came into the government, one of my first programs that I started was a program for entrepreneurs, which is what we call the Prime program now. And it started off by simply awarding young entrepreneurs for taking the initiative and the risk and doing what they were doing. Because it was a recognition that they were being given. Because I realized in my 20 years of being an entrepreneur, nobody recognized me ever. And I realized that even a small pat on my back to tell me, Conrad, great, you're doing very good, keep it up, just would have made me feel good. So I started to do that, and we started off with this program called Prime. And today, I'm happy to tell you what I told you some time back, that we have touched maybe close to about 5,000 entrepreneurs now today. We're not helping each and every one of them. Maybe we're hand-holding about 1,500 of them as of now. But about 5,000 we have touched. Every year when we have business plan competition, which then we select the top 100 ideas, and we then give financial assistance of up to 10 lakhs as seed money and capital, and then we give up to 50 lakhs of interest-free loan to them. This kind of support now is being given to large number, almost I think close to now 300 entrepreneurs are getting that support, and 1,500 are being handheld and given support in terms of training through professionals and through a proper network, where today now they are being connected to suppliers, connected to people with machines who provide machines to them. We're training them on bookkeeping, we're training them on marketing, we're allowing them to talk to each other, meet each other, discuss, and today some of them even buy raw materials and products from each other. So today the environment in Meghalaya, which Government of India itself has appreciated. I don't know if you know, but Meghalaya has been awarded as having one of the best ecosystems for startups and entrepreneurships in the country. So among the small states, which is all the northeast and a few other states in the country, Meghalaya has the best startup ecosystem in the country. This is recognized by Government of India. So we do not give this award to ourselves. Government of India has recognized this. So this speaks about the fact that in the last 4 years, 5 years, this program of Prime has been very, very effective, and a lot more needs to be done. I'm not saying it's perfect, but we have come a long way, and we intend to really make this big. Now today, this Prime program, we have connected now even to the rural areas. So today, as we speak, we have about 300 rural entrepreneurs who are being handheld by government. We teach them simple things like how to bookkeeping should be done. We help them to get simple things like GST registration, which they don't know how to do because they're in some interior village, say in Makurwat area, and they're not able to connect. So we actually going down and training them, and more importantly, suppose they have a bakery. We are actually now connecting them to the suppliers for the raw materials that they need. And we are helping them get the best raw material at the best price from Guwahati, Shillong, or any other part of the country which they need. And like this, about 300 entrepreneurs are being supported by Meghalaya government in rural areas. I hope to expand this to maybe 1,000 to 1,500 in the coming years. But yeah, I know I'm answering very long, I'm sorry. But it's a very, as I said, important question, and we are doing a lot. So I don't think we have time to really go into all of the things, but I've just tried to touch a few of it. But as I said, there's a huge challenge. There's much more to be done. but I think the work has started, the momentum is there, and I hope that things will be much more aggressive as we move along in the days to come. So, very good question, and all of you also invited to come to our prime hubs to learn about entrepreneurship, to learn about the opportunities that are there, and our officials from Prime program, there is one very beautiful center in JN complex in Polo. We have the Prime hub there. So if some of you would like to go and visit, who would like to start their own businesses, that's the place to start. And these Prime hubs will come out throughout the state. We plan to bring up maybe about 20-30 of them throughout the state, and all the district headquarters and all the subdivision headquarters also. So that's what's happening in entrepreneurship, but much more needs to be done. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Gabby from Stenography. So, coming from a trade based entirely on service sector, and as we are not flexible as compared to the respective trade, so I would like to know about the various opportunities for us, the youth, and from this trade.
Which trade? Sorry.
Stenography.
Stenography is that in the stenography skills or the sector, the opportunities are limited. There is no doubt about that. And today with different technology coming up, especially AI, and different kind of apps that automatically convert the language into typed documents. So the opportunities will decrease as we go along. So we need to realize that we may need to add on to our skills. So we may need to diversify a bit more. So as of now, of course, it's limited in terms of the office works that are there, different kind of transcription work that is taking place even as we speak. We have medical transcription work happening in Shillong for doctors in the US, and it's happening in big scale. So we are requiring that skill in those areas, which is still happening. But as I said, given next 5 years, 10 years, we will see that that sector is going to go down. So my suggestion would be that you may need to upskill your skills and be able to diversify more into something that has got more linked to stenography, but then be able to go into something more that's be able to provide, like for example, even the secretariat. Today we do have stenographers and all, but we are now technically calling them multi-purpose assistants. So they are not just stenographers, but they're also people who are good at basic bookkeeping. They're also good at in terms of drafting speeches, some of them. So you become multi-skilled. And today in offices, it's not just about typing anymore in stenography. It's, as I said, you need to be a multi-skilled person to be useful in multiple ways. So that would be my suggestion. But as I said, yes, immediately those requirements are there in those sectors. But as we go along, 5 years from now, I think technology is moving so fast that some of these jobs will become redundant. And hence, even us in the ITIs and
the East Janta Hills Truck Owners and Transporters Association on the 27th June met with the group of cement manufacturers situated in East Janta Hills district to express the difficulties they face in transportation which had affected their livelihood. At the meeting held in Topsen factory, there were representatives of different factories under the umbrella of All Janta Hills Cement Manufacturing Association, along with the representatives of East Janta Hills Truck Owners and Transporters Association and the participating members. The meeting was in vain when the manager in charge of the cement company cannot decide to raise the cost of transportation of cement. R.K. Parikh, President Meghalaya Cement Limited, urged the truck owners to address their grievances in writing. Representing the association was Kirshan Dakhar, President of East Janta Hills Truck Owners and Transporters Association.
What happened, we have discussed with them, they have not given anything in writing to us. We have told to them what is your requirement, what is your agenda of the meeting, etc. You give us in the black and white. After that, we will forward to the company. You are the owner of your transport, but we are not the owner of these things. We are sitting here as a company's representative. We will be forwarded to them. After that, again, we will sit down. Whatever the discussion is being made, whatever the final is made, then we will decide accordingly.
Okay.
And they have agreed, okay, we will submit in black and white.
Thank you.
Rishibonyagi
social media kawa kiba spread ya ka kubor langba ga kot kubor mo ne kajan met kajing thmu bat kajing angot ki jong ikum ki nong yalam ni wan hang ne ban psngeu sa ka kubor ba kajing thmu ki jong ni ban yakendo bat ki cement factory ban yakren halor kajing bal yakendo da ki trajro ki badon hapa ka East Chancha Hill district borok gawai kumta hakani kajing yakendo ki jong ni syong kuma donasi kenta kumta halar kani ka jingya kran ka jongi ki cement factory na kaliang jongki kimla ban ai ka no ka asuran ka ba 100%
kei ga jing
akmat do ni kum ki tra trok ni kum ki nang yalam ni mi syakban kai kendien ngakwa ban tung ba kat kum ka moto jong ka association ka ba ong kumne safety, satisfaction, and on-time delivery is our priority. Kumta kajing kabah khmat do namar kijaj beriujungi khamtam kitu kibabo kali kitrok bat ki baro ngado kin rucaka seneng thup lang kicham jing namar ba kimnya kalot ka babyang namar cement factory kila le bonde kitik tak nakata daw ni kom ginong mikmat kum leader kiba sngew ya kani gajing ni mi jakmat ban tho ya kilat kilti ban penorlong ya kata gajing kwa jong ki tratrok khamtam
muduna lut mi lut ki kam ki tratrok ki tratrok ki lokal
hoy
mi lut
don katu kani kiba yo hendrai majority hi kimnya nala kata kadoro kamlong ka bebyang
kani ka jingelang kani hapo ka senyi ka
kani menta kasngi hapo jong ka East Chancha Hill Truck Owner and Transporter Association pan nang menta jong ka East Chancha Hill district borok gawai kamu yo blai wada dir sumar i hadu ni kelimat yo iula ikam nam ta ga rajru yo i kamtam na district yo ga East Chancha Hill borok gawai kamtam ya ki tre kani ko am hapo kani district yo i iwan ne hini to lamanta upen ini ya jadru go em kari motor kamtam gitu go em jakpo na ka babo kari oksa ya yung ngasam bar pendap pendiang ya yung ngasam karam te hagan ke por nga kamu presiden kamu nong mikmat kamu nong yelam yong pi ye nyo hini ai kublai ya pi ne to gesen ga wanong kong ye nyi hini wan i hini na banta uthoi ya jakpo yong karam te ai kublai bi wi pa bi mi lo khna per tu jing pi nei bha lada khana ye bertu yong pi dong chim ngai por karam te ai kublai klublang wara wode chim khia pi ne to gesen ga wanong kong kini to gesen ko nong i kam kinong mikmat ngabo hapi warok ki member go em hapa ka solution yong i wakat nang mi gisngi i upen nyo ya kam yong i ko lai sakmat na kamanta upen im ya gajak bru ko em hapa ka East Chancha Hill district warok ko i kadu kamta ngas ka mawaga ni ka jing mi yong i man go senjam ko nong kong dan bon kita jing ko i hat u ya kendo kadu kamta i ko ang ni ka por pi kam ginong board pat ginong support ya i ngau bha kat unang mi gisni hawa em gi nuki benta ko wa i mi jakmat ngau bha yaksim khia nang wa ni ka kam i yong i tu man go lai but wan ra ile yang tu so nag benta upen im yanga ya pi waro kat kam ka moto yong ka association ko ang ni na safety, satisfaction and on time delivery is our priority. Mut kata to nga kamu leader. Wa ha kani ka por open urlang ya kani ka jingkwa iyong pi. Kadu kamte ngau ba hawa em kanu ka advertisement lane ha kanu ka tingpeti la ha group lane ha ka kot kubar ngau ba. Chem khia ya ka kam ngani kam umta uya kano EV ya heavy chem wa nga kamu leader yong pi. Nga aikti ya lade
The village organization from Rangasora on 28 June raised concerns on the incomplete work of the new building of the sub-center at Rangasora under the block of Rongara, South Garo Hills, Bakmarang. According to village organization, the primary health center was provided by the government for the 11 villages before the years of 2013, and also the government had sanctioned for the construction of the new building for the health center in the village, and the construction began in 2013, but the work on the new building of the health center is still incomplete. The different villages of this area also requested the Deputy Commissioner of South Garo Hills to look into the matter and take the necessary steps regarding this issue.
Yara Mai Nukumsem, Yara Bakma District Bakmara, Rongara Block, Songde Rangasora, South Garo Hills. Aya Nukmaba Dunga, Mai Nukur Kidunacham, Gatsam, Nami Masija, Unigaman Bio Talshagna. Atsa, Yasuna Rangasora Sungi Aroya Iriani Nukmabomo, Atsaya Nukara Mai Nukcham.
Well, I am not sure as Nukma. Ya Nukde Sapinsa Nukna. Nibaya Ruta Shillong Waha. Down Kung Masocha. Ya Abasingodea ko Belsi Azagini Chikitamoni ko Erkan diba down Kung Belsi Kungrang Batling ha. Down Kung ko Masot Nijar Kidunia.
아차야 노코라 르카니오 솔카리니 당카 포이사 자만 중만 찾자마 마 간착 드로랑사 당카 미스유스 카임네 예프라 맞췄 기자 도닝하나 시망 서보야마
야 근데 증하대 마시자 마이나 간탁다랑은 중기자 까마 아마 고메랑은 중기자 당카 비상과 잠만 이라는 건데 증하대 마시자 이거만 이라는 건데 증하 앙아 달았다데 만져한
아차야 노코 그바 간착 돌니 만디니 비문코 나스무야
제 마시자
간착
어떤 버때 증하대 야 놓고 칭하는 증하대 간택도 사원쯤 뭐니 그만데 세대 아가는 만져 자 야 간택도 그대 증하 칭하는 전에 마 느쿠자니 그 세대 아가는 만져 간택도니 그만데
야 노코 맞췄 기자 동급하거나 동기자보거나 시망라 에리아니 ML랑 MDC랑나 아로 DC나 LNDC나 아로 호스피탈 디파트먼트 CS랑나 리포트랑 코바 나시망라 송니 갔다 에리아니 갔다 온나는 온안이랑랑 동상 구제마
증아 송니 갔다 증아 스강빠 DC나 DC나 코피었나
야 니보 야 이성 리포트 거 세나건 남니 kat상나 ya isong report ang hubo nanakon DC na nana aro gemek department na nanakon MLA MDC gemek na nanakon ya gemekan nipat sina aro ndi gemna ya kora nasong sungni handa kama ma area gemek ni kata kumongi ya kor report rong kona songor sia
area gemek ne ya donga yana choi gar ajok nga ya
area gemek
ne choi donga ya sak sot kusni donga gemek ya
Acara ya sub center polling station bata geng makna aro song area bata song area ni kita yara makna cemia polling ya sub center ada.
Yara polling station ge thamni wa. Nige mang area de chinga ya DC colonial ni. Nige mang baje bario na mana total sini song ketam dam cisa donga. Ya rangasora sub center ni area odong apa?
Ndigimna mengsa kenainya na simangni songona ya sub centerona mandirang nakan ho kenainya sub centerona mandirang ko ba sorkari appoint ketal kaimna wata chokninga aru wara buam bibima aru batita sakko appoint kae sorkarara ya hospitalona machot gija dongbo hospitalona watata cham na
봉화 폰 카죠 너 송이 만대랑니 놓고 바라에 동톡이야
acha ya nokures ya sub center khang unin ya da nok chamrang ba sub center chamba dongjama ndi ode wisongra da maina nok phara aimna songni nokni noko nok phara aimna dongna nangenga office ke chamrang ba dongjama
ya skangonin yade sub center king onin yade kambe kujani geman dian skang ba sub center ongnya unas kang de sub center dong kuja di ba sub center longin dongjagen chimgen ba bisong ko ang talipon keparang tao donga bisong juga mau total sak bunga donga ande ba bisong banok dao sini sub center ya maksudnya gaman bisong wa songni nokni mandirang nokko para emang dongtoknya bisong wa blongin kostoknya ande gemang na bisong na dongchak na kata biap dongja aro samrang ko bisong office tak na kata biap dongja ni gaman ya Anganwadi ya school ko ino bisong map office dakinga ino lado pate
yan mo Anganwadi office nok dikat mancha nami thango nyatna ande kemna biben idaw songni nokni mandirang ni ngerkan yakan tade biben ong bibia maina sorkari ya sub centerona machot gijan mandirang kote point ka batata ha ya kora sub sorkarera aro department ni mandirang huin wata chokma ya mandirang kora ma season wata chokma unik mana ya songni okni mandangan yakan tade ya sub center ko machot kejanera blongin songnokni area ni mandangan blongin gemani onga aro blongin ya area ni mandirang hospital cha riangani bidingo sajomani blongin ini kemana maina tnga ya ronga ya rangasora area ni aro sub center area ni ngodong barang rongara sub center ona ange sana baneng dakna blongin ineka aro je kamna bari angna nangani gemani ineka ya ko machot ongen mode ya area ni mandirangna aro songni mandirangna blongin namgapa aro mandirangni jange thangno namgapa aro nama dakchakani ongen nokcha muni geman kasapae ya noko kasapae machot on pachina jeba rikchina aro tangka 중어바 하이다 솔카류니 당카 타마랑 중아마 중자모 그래 중립니 만장 위자니가네 안디바 중자겐 스모바 아로 솔카리 오 야스모 모링아 야 랑아서라 삽 센터나 제dak기바 마나드펫 야 카마랑코 쇼가토 나마노데 막텔 베겐섬 야산
As part of raising funds for schools situated in Kinshi, Bangla, under Mouth Hat Roshansin RD block, the Cultural Sports Club Kinshi decided to organize a 3-day knockout football tournament that is on the 1st, 3rd and 11th July. The semi-final will be held on the 1st between MLP FC and Nyawasa FC. The second match on the 3rd July will be between Seven Brothers FC and Klipmauli FC, and the entry fee would be 50 rupees per head. The finals will be held on the 11th between winning teams, and the entry fee would be 100 rupees per head. The club urged the people to participate in the event and help with the good deed raising funds for the lower primary school in Kinshi, Bangla.
Nakaliang jong ka Kinshi Bangla Social and Cultural Sports Club nisngo ban ai kuble ye ki pai ba baro ki bela jukersan ye ka club ko jongi menha ki snem ki bela depno nakabata ka jing penilai football tournament hapo jo komandan jo kasno ko jongi ki menta ka snem bru nakaliang jong ka sports club ko jongi ni ladon ke jing tu nakabata bat penlong biang ye ka tournament hapo jong ka madan jo kasno ko jongi bat ya menta kum kalat nakabata bat pemik pisa ya ka weli school jong kasno ka jongi ka Kinshi Bangla LP school Nakaliang ka klub kalayukut na kabenta bangin penlong suatang ya ka semi-final kata kamut ngin simbetang South League team. Di ka first semi-final kan long ha ka historic kabamut menta katayo kabadi kesajan hangni kabana football to snok ha kapor RBG no high school. Di kabay tiket na kabenta kan di semi-final kan long bet sanpul tingka marway. Kajing ile akai akan di historic kabadi ka first semi-final kan long apedeng ka MLP Football Club persya ya ka Nyawasa Football Club nang tei na po Jante Hills. Kat ba ka semi-final ka ba arpat on penlong ha ka lai terik ha ka por RBG bat ka buy ticket kan long bet sanpul tingka. Di kecing ilak kai akan dikelai teripat kan long kapedeng ka Seven Brothers Football Club persya ya ka Weniki team ka baklan bor jong ka Meghalaya State League MSL niyo bat kata kan di ka Klik Mauli Sports Club ka ba la remno ka final mentau slam. Di kita kini ki team South League Banyakun dekat kiba job akan di semi-final kinrung sa ka final hakaba ka final on yele kai haka katway tarik jong uniu benai banwan hakapor RBG no kai sngihi bat ka buy ticket na kabenta kan di ka jingile kai final kan long sispa tika marway ka jingkerpat ka appeal ke jongi na kaliang jong sports club ke jongi kalong bala kerpat ikipai ba repeat football jong ka bri jong hinyo trap kumba pila ju kersan ini na kapor ni kerpat ipi ba pin kersan ru ya kani ka tournament ka ba mentau snem ka ba ngila sim tang South League team na ka benta ba pin pisa ya ka weni ki school jong ka Shillong ka ba om syam pat layo jingerap hadu ka di sni ka ba menta ba kata ka dei ka kensi bangla LP school. Te ya ke jingile kai tournament mentau snem ka banne de ki benai pat ngin senang pen bena haki di benai ki banwan. Te kubesibo ni pi barok ki pat ba nong song snong te kerpat ipi ba pin sngo baha ban don rekat bat ni bat banyawan haki ni ki lai teli ki sngi bat ki tarik ki bangi labu na ka benta bat pelong ya ke ni jingile kai football kubesibo.
Safety is no longer guaranteed in any city or town or even villages. Crime had excessively increased over the years. It is about time to take matters with a smart approach. A nerve-wracking incident took place on June 27th and was captured in a video that went viral and shook the people of Garo Hills. In a viral video, a young girl was found crying and gagged with duct tape by a young man suspected to be her boyfriend from a Tura-registered vehicle in the Rang Malgre area under the Chianding police station of East Garo Hills district on June 27th evening. The villagers intercepted the vehicle after hearing screams from inside the vehicle parked into an isolated stretch of the road. The boy, supposedly her boyfriend, attempted to harm the girl inside the car while falsely accusing her of disloyalty, cheating on him in between a relationship of 3 years. The villagers managed to free the girl while the accused fled in his vehicle.
Tak sih nak kena ngaruh.
Aku citing kayak dia. Tak bilang, aku tak tangkar pisah juk dia.
Tiro pisah apa merek kuba. Ramah rambi mana si akna suara. Paru ni ara.
Tak pilih bersih beli kajuk mangku pisah juk dia.
Ya nibo nak piliang mai pengen nibo ya. Ya. Ya nibo ya.
Dr. Dilip Kumar Jeswal, member of Bihar Legislative Council on the 28th June, arrived at Nongpo attending a program organized by BJP known as the Mahajan Sampark Abhiyan program on completion of 9 years of BJP government. The aim of the program was to inspect the work done by the government in relation to the level of development that the state received. Dr. Dilip Kumar Jeswal also met with the leaders of the Catholic Church, Nongpo Parish, and they expressed their sorrow towards the violence against Christians all over the country.
सर हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट से आपको स्वागत करता हूं सर
Virus में पूरा करते तोलों ये काम बदे लेकिन बहुत क्या हम लोग बहुत भाग्यशाली हैं हमारे बीच आज हम
I am representative of the national leadership of Bharatiya Janata Party, Dr. Dilip Kumar Jaiswal, State in charge Sikkim. I have visited Meghalaya, especially Shillong and Nongpo, for the celebration and interaction with the people of the completion of 9 years of the Shri Narendra Modi ji government. 9 साल बेमिसाल, uncomparable, and Maha Jansampark Abhiyan, consultation with the voters and the booth level workers of the Bharatiya Janata Party. First, what the Shri Narendra Modi government have done for the country in the sector of foreign policy, in the sector of infrastructure, health sector, economy power, skill development, youth empowerment. Lots of work have been done by the Shri Narendra Modi ji government in 9 years. Youth empowerment, lots of work have been done by the Shri Narendra Modi ji government in 9 years. Of the Congress government leadership in this country, there was only 8 All India Medical Institute in this country. The Modi government in the 9 years constructed and established total 23 All India Medical Institute in this country. There was only 641 medical college in this country. And the Modi government have established 700 new medical college, including one in Meghalaya, Tura. And now the number of medical college in the country is more than 1300. You know the shortage of doctors and paramedical staff in the hospital. 70 years in the Congress government, the hospital was running without doctor and paramedical staff. Now the Modi government planning how to give the best health facility to the last people of the society, and the medical college, opening of medical college, opening of paramedical institutions is the real how to solve this problem.
Golden Nonglong, the Vice President of the All India Professional Congress Meghalaya and the Secretary of Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee on the 28th June, announces independence from Congress Party. He expressed his disapproval of the Congress Party's decision to allow the MDCs to work with NPP and KHEDC. He informed that he had sent a letter to the President of the party, Vincent H. Pala.
Penroy ya ka party nang ni siya kamat at kamtam habang din siya kendu ya ka MDC election ba ya ka MP election ro Henry kani ka jingrai jongki MDC bat kamtam ka jinga menjur lang nakaliang jongki nong ya lambak kamat jong ko party ka ba ngam siu disu bat ngasiu sitom ya ka bangan dangsa ngamit iyu kin ban jubab mentah ke ka kentien ka bangan kren ho pa kaya kentin ka ba ngan batay pada hukay ba na marang asngaw ba lada kanu karay ka bang isim kadi bandon kanong rim lada mangi kinong yalam jong ka party ngisna yaki rules ngisna yaki kendon yaki jugi kendon ni pen kenpa de heken ka heken kata ka kanong rim ka jongi kum kinong yalam jong ka party de halor kini ki benta ki bang ngasngaw ba nga dadon ru lalong ku kongu lalong ku banga syia menjur henry hakamen simpat ngam laban sya ngam laban pediang ngam laban pedi artili kidul sabar ngan ong hoit bersyapu pat kamen sim ke junga kalong ba ngam ya menjur tika bahayi yang apa nganem ya don no syuabat ke parti ngaku apa ngalapai ke resignation mentamen step hai presiden barang ba jumi da kamen sim juga ngok ya tang ba ngaperkat bakan nong rim hi bat ka jinglong jong la diru ngadi ban sotu hai ka banga ngayeng dina kata ngalapai ka resignation minimum step kemat presiden ba mentah kumni kum bakal long aku abang pisai sepi ba kalau long ke ba ngamla ban snotu bat kamtam hakabedi bat kani ka jingrai jom ka parti hakabashim ya kani ka rai kani ka senjam ya kan kersyani kani ke MDC tingong ya pi benang ni sakmat kalong ka ba ladang-ladang don bat ka parti bangan lek ban pensayo pai ba namar ba ngati ping sotu ba dah kayeng kada internet kat nu rumah rela dah kinong syong jong kata kayeng daptang ka jingbum ya sotu jingmut tapi enle ko manusia syong du kata kayeng kasih tom hi mo ngidi bandon kanong rim abang idon la kayeng ti kelak ka bah ya ba golden kumni ba un mino anapo ka parti bat ya kani karai ru kemud hakabedi bat halor kini ki artli kinong rim ki bangasa om ba kabahayang abangan ino syuai ka jinglong jong khot jong ka parti kongres bat kamtam nabrokot ki pusru ki bangabat la kalau ku secretary jong ka MPCC la kalau vice president jong ka all India professional congress jong ka state de delor kini ko rim ngalai ke sti chau president bangan wengno ya ka jinglong khot na ka parti kongres.
The leader of the opposition to NKHADC, Titos W. Khan, urged the executive committee to avoid delaying the building permission for those intending to build houses. Tending to the matter at the Budget Assembly, the CEM, Panyat Singh CEM, exclaimed that the EC will take responsibility to complete the task.
Bentar tiba mentah ke council kalayo yang buat. Mengelak anda empau di IPA yang diam baru buat ke building bylaws buat mulai kristom dekat bagi isi berapa kumno berulang yang nikah di mu yang di anut kepada bah ketika master plan area kepada sokar bertemu berpenhap muda mulai mentala aino ada district council nang berisu di building council. Roy lagi itu ada budget kumbala propose ke isi berem mengila ai budget labu budget revision bah perlu menang strengthen ya ini ke authority. Kaya kebana su buat ajimun kami belum bah nang menginum du yang kini kabur kami layo ke jingai jimun ke kena belum bana kalian chairman ubansar lead yang kini ke authority kumba di lasna di Islam terhadap di Ongkar Hasil Building and Structure Regulatory Authority. But members get to read, but the technical team, bahkan undang dan delay ada isu yang dibeli itu. Dan ini kita lihat tayo, kalau ada yang sedang, bagi pada tidur, bahkan sedang palat kecil air dibeli itu. Ini sungguh bagi kecil air, kecil Islam, kami ke nol kadal ke authority kekuat Islam. Relasi itu taman awal kita. Mabalai di jauh beliau di penelitian agak development untuk agak ni. Jadi itu betul-betul kebangan kuat kerana jumlah kami dalam ingin ialah step nama suara kami komplain dengan pak. Let's see what we do ini. Nama ngalap bagi dia kawin dan kita nak kumai di bawah ratu dan revenue kegiatan council. Warak revenue council. Kadang-kadang dari depan yang berlaku bermusim ini nambah dan warak ke cikgu jong ke kena pelatih ke ada council.
Kumjuru ila pentimau ini BD building permission nilayo akan ke Khasi Hills Building and Structure Regulatory Authority jom ke KHDC kapalong kawai nak ketenat lese rekam jom ke council ke tenat rekam ke Khmai ya kapan yo pan pentulun baik dikam kicam BD building permission karena ni Khmai. Pak hadu mentah Mr. Deputy Chairman Sir, kuma 8 pau budget speech, bahwa kuma apa lain ini di building permission layu akan nagade ke department.
So viewers, with that we have come to the end of today's edition. Till we meet again, thank you for joining us.